Coming!
Welcome everyone to the upcoming video games of September 2015. I'm Globku from Magical Noob, taking you through the main releases of this month. We begin with Adrift, which still hasn't picked a date to release, but according to the website it comes out this month. It's a first-person exploration game. Can't really call this a walking simulator since it takes place in space. Maybe floating simulator? It's got an amazing look and it seems very tense as games in space should be. It's mainly being developed as a VR experience, and with no VR out in the market for consumers yet, I wonder if they'll end up postponing its release. September 1st is a long-awaited date by many, in part due to Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. If you've been looking forward to this game, I'm sure I don't need to tell you what it is. Many people have been excited to see what's up with Big Boss in this prequel to the original Metal Gear Solid, and the early reviews have been praising it as Game of the Year material. Gameplay works pretty much like Ground Zeroes, but it takes things to a whole other scale with the open world. A huge release to kick off the month of September. And if that wasn't enough, we've got another heavy hitter coming out on the same day. Mad Max, open world wasteland with a heavy focus on car customization and car combat. It's got an original story set in the Mad Max movies universe, and with countless side activities in a huge world, it's sure to please fans of both the films and open world gaming. Our Mellow is coming to Steam Early Access on the same day. We'll probably get buried between these two huge releases, but come back to check it out later after you're done playing these other games. It's a turn-based strategy game inspired by board games. The amazing art style reflects the fantasy world it's set in perfectly, and up to 4 players can play it together. The goal is to become the new king or queen of a kingdom where the king is actually dying. You have limited turns, so may fortune favor your roles, adventurer. Next, and yet again coming out on September 1st, Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. This is a spin-off of the Danganronpa series of visual novels, taking place between Trigger Happy Havoc and Danganronpa 2. Unlike the previous games, it's not a visual novel, but a third-person adventure game. But just like the other games in the series, expect high school students and some weird Japanese monsters. Finally, moving away from September 1st, the following Tuesday we've got Armikrog. This is a classic point-and-click adventure game from the developer of Neverhood. As such, clay animation is back and is incredibly impressive. If you're not familiar with this type of games, expect no help, no tutorials. Take your time to figure out the puzzles and enjoy some nice and weird storytelling. The following day, Love in a Dangerous Space-Time invites 2 players to control a single spaceship, rushing from one room to another to handle navigation and weapons in some sweet neon space combat. Super Mario Maker comes out on the 11th for the Wii U. Build Super Mario levels with an incredible level editor, making your creativity your only boundary. Or, if you're not into creating, just play other people's creations. An infinite Mario game, that's gotta sound appealing. Forza Motorsport 6. September is also the month, of course, of sports, and Sports Month kicks off with Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 on the 15th. Not much seems to be new about the game. Konami has managed to extend some of the license they had previously acquired, and it's pretty much the same game as last year. NHL is also returning, with EA Sports Hockey League mode returning as well after being dropped on NHL 15. Hockey is hockey once more. On the 17th, we have a really interesting game coming out, Skyshine's Bedlam. I played this at Gamescom and it was a blast. It's a game that kind of works like FTL. It's procedurally generated, you choose your own path on your travels, and it takes place on a wasteland. Also, it has a really interesting turn-based combat system. I'm really looking forward to this. Skylanders is bringing vehicles into the game with superchargers. It's still a Toys to Life game. You still gotta get the toys, put it in the portal so they can get into the game, but now you can race, dive underwater, and even fly through the skies. Does Blood Bowl 2 count as a sports game or as a turn-based strategy game? I guess it could be both. Blood Bowl 2 uses a new engine and removes the real-time mode of the previous game. It also introduces Bretonia as a new playable team. Again, it will have a story campaign and a multiplayer mode. FIFA 16, another sports game, this time with female teams. They're also doing something called the off-the-ball drivel, which I kinda don't understand how it works yet, but we'll see if it's a good or a bad change when it comes out on the 22nd. And we've got yet another game coming out on the 22nd, Soma from Frictional Games, the developers of Amnesia and Penumbra. As you might have guessed already, Soma is a horror game, this time involving some science fiction. It does seem scary, but as with all good horror games, not much is known about it, which is good because horror is all in the mystery. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 comes out on the 25th, the return to the classic Pro Skater style, 2-minute levels filled with challenges. this time also with a 20-player multiplayer sandbox mode on the current gen consoles. Play as a pro or as yourself, beat all the levels solo or with friends, and as always do it with an amazing soundtrack playing on the background. LEGO Dimensions is bringing so many different franchises into a single game, it's crazy! You ready for this? DC Comics, Lord of the Rings, the Lego Movie, The Wizard of Oz, The Simpsons, Ninjago, Doctor Who, Back to the Future, Portal 2, Ghostbusters, Midway Arcade, Scooby-Doo, Lego Chima, and Jurassic World. Wow, I am first of all impressed at all the licenses these guys managed to get for a single game, and extremely curious to see how they're mashing all of these universes into a single story. And we end the month with more sports, basketball to be specific. First with NBA 2K16, which seems to be everyone's favorite basketball game. They seem to be improving some visuals, some character creation stuff like tattoos and haircuts, but the basic beloved gameplay will remain virtually untouched. And on the EA side of things, the not so loved NBA Live is coming back. It feels like it's been playing catch up with the 2K title, but they do claim they are improving severely on defense, offense, passing play, shooting play, and dribbling. Well, that pretty much covers all of it. Will it finally be the year for NBA Live? Or will 2K still take the crown? We'll see. And that's it for the releases this month. As usual, let me know in the comments which games you're looking forward to. Let me know your picks while you're down there. Click the like button and subscribe for more gaming goodness. I've been Globku. Take care, everyone. Boy.